is size of the family. So let's get into the first quote. There are parents who, without consideration as to whether or not they can do justice to a large family, fill their houses with these helpless little beings who are wholly dependent upon their parents for care and instruction. This is a grievous wrong, not only to the mother, but to her children and to society. So, you know, basically here we see children have needs, right? Children have needs, men have needs, women have needs, everybody in a family has needs. And there's a certain amount of family planning that needs to take place. When it comes to how you do your family planning, that's between you and your spouse and God. Whatever method you choose to do that, that's on your conscience. And yeah, that's a private matter. But that's something that needs to be considered, like, oh, I'm about to get married. Can I afford this? Can I afford that? What are our plans if we have this many children? I don't really think you can put a number to say how many children you should have, because it's hilarious. When a couple doesn't have children, people ask them, oh, why don't you have children? Or when are you going to have children? And then if they start to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 children, now people start to say you have too many children. So do you see? People can never be satisfied. So you know how many children it's your responsibility to know how many children you can provide for emotionally, financially, and spiritually. All right. The second quote, parents should always bear in mind the future good of their children. They should not be compelled to devote every hour to taxing labor in order to provide the necessaries of life. So this is another caution that if you have more children than you can afford, now the man is spending every hour just working. The woman is constantly on her feet, having to tend to this child and tend to that child, and everybody's just working and nobody can really give what they need to give, right? Okay, the husband and father should consider all these things, lest the wife and mother of his children be overtaxed and thus overwhelmed with despondency. He should see to it that the mother of his children is not placed in a position where she cannot possibly do justice to her numerous little ones, so that they have to come up without proper training. So that's what happens when you have more children than you can manage. The children suffer. The children are the ones who will end up suffering because you can't physically give them what they need. And yeah, this is basically just a caution. I mean, if you're already married and you've got like 10, 15 children, then, you know, here we are. Maybe you're in a position where you can manage that. And a lot of people can manage that. You know, it sounds weird, but some people can actually manage that because they're just in a position to manage that. For other people, that would be like life, like it would just be too much. Like for me personally, I've never thought, oh, man, I just can't wait to have a football team. Like I've never wanted to have like loads and loads of children. To be honest, before I even got married, I didn't really even want children too tough, but now I'm so happy to be a mother. I knew that, you know, children may happen, but I'm so happy to have my 2 girls now. And how we feel is if we have more, we have more. If we don't, we don't. But because of how much I'm having to give to them right now, like I may say, oh, a little son would be nice, but to be honest, it's a lot with just the 2. I really want to give them the best of me. So you just have to know for yourself what you can manage. And just because you couldn't manage more, don't make someone feel bad for having more. And just because you think you should have more, don't make someone feel bad for having less. All right, James chapter 1 verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. All right then, bye ladies.